All right, your competition is not who you think it is. Your competition is what people are doing now. And you may have heard a lot more noise in the world because the bad writers are writing, right? Now the bad designers are even designing. You're seeing things, white papers, new information, more noise, more AI slop, really, in the marketplace. And so as a leader, like, how do you know what to do that's going to make a difference in your business? Well, nobody knows your business better than you. So as you're out in the marketplace, think about where attention is, because attention span of your ideal customer is probably your most important competition right now, not the people doing the similar things. Because what we want to do is business impact and business value, how an individual shows up, walks into any organization, regardless of the size of the organization, and makes a business impact, is the state of what you do in AI today or in technology today. Because the whole ground underneath most businesses is moving. And leaders really are having a tough time deciding what to do, what to prioritize. And Jeffrey Moore wrote the book Crossing the Chasm, and I've got here on the whiteboard, I was just sharing this around, you have the early adopters, right? You have the early majority, right? And then you have the late majority, and the late majority moves once the early majority moves, and the early majority moves once the early adopters move. And then you have the laggards. These are the conservatives. And in multifamily real estate, conservatives are very successful, and they have piles of cash. And what that means is they've got success. And success has patterns of experience deep inside us, knowing like this worked for us. I created wealth this way. I protected wealth this way. But that pattern is like a foreign country. That world is different today. The path forward is more opportunistic and more exciting than it's been even in the past. But we have to learn how to productively move through this. So if you think about every CEO or every business leader today, what do they have? They have a vision for their company. They have a vision to say, I want to create value in the world this way. I want to bring in the right people to do it. And in order to do that, they're essentially like an artist, a blank canvas. So most business books, and you've read them, have been written, leadership even, I'll pick on leadership. They've been written with the idea of optimizing the business, optimizing what you're working with. Here's your change that's happening in the organization. Here's how to shift it, whatever that may be. But I'm here to say that the organizational chart is changing. The skills and capabilities and the behaviors that we need from individuals is changing. People are not looking for attention. They're not looking for information. Intelligence is cheap today. What they're looking for is outcomes. So can you walk into an organization and create that outcome for the organization? And if you're selecting and designing that organization, can you as a leader identify it when you see it? And so what we're doing at the Multifamily Innovation Technology and AI Summit is we're bringing together the foundational layers that leaders need to have to be able to differentiate with this execution advantage, to be able to create yield, and not for the sake of AI, not for the sake of technology, not for the sake of change, because change is nearly impossible. People don't want to do it. Do you want to be changed? I don't want to be changed. But we can communicate and engage with people, understanding the world that they're living in, understanding the grief that they're experiencing in their role maybe, meet them where they are, and have a communication layer that allows them to be at peace when the world underneath them is moving and shaking, right? Because at the end of the day, multifamily, most companies are a collection of people. But these multifamily companies are really investment businesses. And an investment business means that the goal is not technology and the goal is not your tech stack. The goal is to protect capital and generational wealth. And everything goes back to that loan and that risk. And so management companies and leaders today should be asking themselves, am I the leader that is becoming more with AI? And can I effectively communicate strategies that align with our investment objectives based on the portfolio, based on the business that we built? No outside company, no outside technology should tell us how to run our business, because nobody knows our business better than us. So we need to be able to select the right people so we can design the organization in a way that shows up and creates business outcome value for our investors, for our employees, and for that end user customer, the renter or your marketplace customer. So at the summit, we're bringing the best of the world, frameworks that have been proven to take initiatives from a 2% success rate to as high as 78% success rate. And the communication layers to be able to say, this is how we focus and create clarity to bring value in the multifamily market. So I invite you to this summit because you're going to be around other leaders that are committed to becoming better buyers of technology, better innovators of technology, better frameworks to know that we're not just doing things for the sake of doing it, but it's going to make the business better aligned with our objectives. And when you have that, if you're selling into that market, now you're in front of higher intent leaders that care about the business and they're better buyers. That means they're going to adopt the technology because the CFO's in the room as well as the marketer, as well as the HR person that changes the workflow that you're asking them to change to. So we are at the beginning stages. I'm looking for leaders that can be in this room, that can do things differently and meet our financial objectives today and design the future of how work happens tomorrow. So if that's you, I invite you to attend the Multifamily Innovation Technology and AI Summit. It's happening. Again, it's our 12th year doing this. I want you in the room if you identify with that person that can create that value and makes things happen for your business. I hope to see you there.